Bob Dylan sang, "We live in a political world," and that's certainly true today. As I've repeatedly said here, Justice Southbury is not partisan, and it's not about politics. Justice Southbury is about how we achieve our mission to cultivate an inclusive community where all are treated fairly and welcomed as equals. This mission is both inward-facing. What part can I play? What part can you play? And it's also outward-facing. How does a community become more inclusive? How does a community treat people more fairly, do better at welcoming all as equals? Therefore, Justice Southbury's mission is, in part, about how we choose to treat others, and in part, about how we are governed and how we are led. Politics is about how we choose to be governed, how our leaders are selected so they can govern. Governance is setting rules and examples by which our community lives and interacts. So Justice Southbury will, on occasion, discuss governance insofar as it's connected to our mission. And right now, that connection to our mission is obvious, with new examples almost daily. We are, as a nation, governed by someone we all knew a lot about before he was a candidate for office. In fact, I used to tell clients, as an example, before 2015, when I asked clients to fill out a financial statement and they said, "Do I really have to?" And I said, yes, everybody in Connecticut who's going through divorce has to fill out this paperwork, whether they are homeless or whether they are Donald Trump. And that's what we all knew about him. And remember what he said about being a star. We all heard and saw the recording of a 2005 conversation which came out just before the 2016 election. The person who's now the leader of well, we used to call it the free world, but the person who is now the leader of the world said, quote, "I'm automatically attracted to beautiful women. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy." End quote. Now, you're not used to me using off-color language like that at these rallies, but you'll understand the point. His attitude, his life philosophy, his proud manifesto on how to treat others from whom you want something is, when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. It sounds a little bit like his recent social media post asserting almost authoritarian power. Quote, "He who saves his country does not violate any law." End quote. So when I say, and when he says, when you're a star, you can do anything, and when I'm about to use it as an example, you can substitute if you'd like. Instead of thinking of star, you can think of king or monarch or emperor for star. And look what that means now. Challenges to any sovereign nation whose assertions of their own interests he does not like. Grabbing allies by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to the integrity of our court system, attempting to intimidate individual judges. Grabbing judges by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to the integrity of reporters, trying to report on the truth. Grabbing the media by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to private universities whose curriculum he does not like. Grabbing research grants and course selections by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to private businesses, including law firms, who represent interests he doesn't like. Grabbing lawyers by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to other private businesses. 2 days ago, the Federal Communications Commission said it would block merger proposals from companies that practice DEI. Grabbing business owners and stockholders by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to any DEI program. Grabbing black people, LGBTQ, women, beautiful women, non-beautiful women, any women, by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to public protesters whose message he does not like. Grabbing those who express their opinions by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to any program for the poor and hungry and disadvantaged anywhere in the world. Grabbing the needy by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. Challenges to popular culture and art, which he doesn't like. Grabbing the Kennedy Center by the pussy. When you're a star, you can do anything. The fundamental principles around which American values have been sustained since our founding, like freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, due process of law, all of them he is grabbing by the pussy, because when you are a star, you can do anything. As New York Times essayist Jamel Bouie said this week, quote, "A charter not for liberty or equality or a free society, but for the domination of some over others," end quote. That's why this is relevant at a Justice Southbury rally. The vision of Justice Southbury is a more fair and kind community for all. Every word of that vision is a threat to the MAGA Doge project of let's just destroy everything in the establishment. Hold on. Sorry, it's the wind. Now, I am all for reasoned reform of the establishment, but I'm not for a surging obliteration of American values, commitments, and institutions. Justice Southbury is not alone in this effort. Today, in many newspapers across the country, including the Waterbury Republican American, philanthropist and Walmart heiress Christy Walton paid for this stirring message. Sure, thanks, Connie. Thank you, Connie. The message in the newspapers today says, USA, USA, USA. We are a people of principle and honor. We honor our commitments and stand by our allies. We defend against aggression by dictators. We uphold and defend the Constitution. We care for veterans and children. We respect our neighbors and trading partners. We support a healthy national and international economy, community, and environment. We are the world leader trusted to uphold the stability of the law. At the bottom, she says, we are the people of the United States of America. The honor, dignity, and integrity of our country is not for sale. Show up, attend your town halls, be civil. And so that's why Justice Southbury will refuse to be grabbed by the pussy, regardless of whether any star thinks that he can do anything. The best of America must stand up for the best of America. The better angels of our nature need to stand up and speak out. And that's what today's rally is all about.